ಕರ್ಮಯೋಗಿ, ದಾರ್ಶನಿಕ, ಪರೋಪಕಾರಿ, ಕೈವಾರ ಯೋಗಿ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಯತೀಂದ್ರದ ಪರಮ ಭಕ್ತ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ MS ರಾಮಯ್ಯ ಅವರ ಜನ್ಮ ಶತಮಾನೋತ್ಸವ ಇತ್ತೀಚೆಗೆ ನಡೆಯಿತು. ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆದ ಈ ಸಮಾರಂಭಕ್ಕೆ ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತ ಉಪರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿ ಜಗದೀಪ್ ಧನಕರ್, ರಾಜ್ಯಪಾಲ ತಾವರ್ ಚಂದ್ ಗೆಹ್ಲೋಟ್, ಸಿಎಂ ಬಸವರಾಜ ಬೊಮ್ಮಾಯಿ ಸೇರಿದಂತೆ ಗಣ್ಯಾತಿ ಗಣ್ಯರು ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳಾಗಿ ಆಗಮಿಸಿದ್ರು. ಗೋಕುಲ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ನ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ MR ಜಯರಾಮ್ ತಂದೆಯ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನು ನೆನಪು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡ್ರು. ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಗೋಕುಲ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಪ್ರತಿಷ್ಠಾನದ ಉಪಾಧ್ಯಕ್ಷ MR ಸೀತಾರಾಮ್ ಕೂಡ ಇದ್ರು. MS ರಾಮಯ್ಯ ಅವರ ಈ ಜರ್ನಿ ಹೇಗಿತ್ತು ಬನ್ನಿ ನೋಡೋಣ.
Ladies and gentlemen, Karmayogi Dr. Mattikere Sampangappa Ramaiah, Dr. MS Ramaiah, a visionary, institution builder, philanthropist, ardent devotee of Saint Yogi Narayana of Kaivara and a great son of Karnataka. On behalf of the chairman and board of trustees, Gokula Education Foundation, and members of MS Ramaiah family and the entire organizing team.
Dr. Mattikere Sampangappa Ramaiah, a great visionary who saw the distant future and achieved the impossible. Dr. MS Ramaiah has become a brand name of the century, recognized for the contribution he made in the field of education and health. He was simply a legend, even while he was alive, for his extraordinary, unique achievements. Karma Yogi, Dr. Mattikere Sampangappa Ramaiah, was born on 20th of April 1922 in Madhugiri, the only son of Shri Sampangappa and Srimati Narasamma. He completed his primary education in the government school of Mattikere village, which was then on the outskirts of Bangalore city. Dr. MS Ramaiah began his career at Indian Testing Laboratories at Malleshwaram, Bangalore. He then moved on to the Mysore Railway narrow gauge section as a fireman on a daily wage basis. At the age of 17, his father called him back to the family brick manufacturing. He ventured into the job of a contractor in the early 40s and started as a supplier of bricks for military camps in Harihara of Chitradurga district during Second World War. The immense success in the field of civil works opened the gates for Dr. MS Ramaiah to put his hands on still bigger projects. This resulted in taking up construction of some of the major projects in Karnataka in 1952. He got the contract work to execute the canals measuring around 150 kilometers of Ghataprabha project in Belgaum district. Being a multifaceted personality and vision, Dr. MS Ramaiah developed a deep interest in journalism. In 1956, Dr. MS Ramaiah took over Tainadu, a local newspaper which he enriched with ample resources and passion. In 1963, he launched a monthly called Kailasa and a weekly called Gokula, which saw 8 years of growing appreciation in the Kannada literary world. In 1959, Dr. MS Ramaiah further took up the contract to construct Talakalale Dam, Linganamakki Dam project work in Shivamogga district and the Dharma project work in Uttara Kannada district and completed them successfully. Dr. MS Ramaiah believed education is the most powerful tool to change the world, and this empowered him to set up educational institutions. Gokula Education Foundation, GEF, was established in 1962 to serve society in the fields of education and health. The Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka, Shri S. Nijalingappa, invited Dr. MS Ramaiah and advised him to open an engineering college, which he gladly accepted. Consequently, MS Ramaiah College of Engineering, now known as the Ramaiah Institute of Technology, and MS Ramaiah High School was also started in 1962. Dr. MS Ramaiah's vision found its expression in more and more institutions of higher learning established in the years. In the year 1963-64, Dr. MS Ramaiah, in search of business ventures, stepped out of Karnataka and landed in Bihar to take up the Gandak project on the Indo-Nepal border of Bihar. It was a mega irrigation project which he successfully carried out. The humble beginning of his career and the difficult days he underwent in his youth always filled him with the compassion and kindness to help the poor. He wished to keep a portion of earnings for donations and charity to the poor and needy. In 1972, he facilitated water, electricity, and innovative agricultural practices to plant numerous trees. He won an Asian record for being a single individual to nurture so many trees. He was also the first person to implement drip irrigation in private farms. Dr. M.S. Ramaiah was immensely influenced by the poet, saint, philosopher, and visionary Shri Narayanappa's preaching. Seeing his involvement and dedication, devotees and trustees of the Mutt appointed him Dharmadhikari of Shri Yogi Narayana Yatindra Ashram in the year 1980. Being a patron of art and culture, Dr. M.S. Ramaiah provided a platform for many artists to showcase their talents. He organized the Kannada Sahitya Sammelana at Kaivara in the year 1984 for the neoteric and literary minds of Kannada literature to convene at Kaivara. Dr. M.S. Ramaiah built the pristine Venkateshwara temple and the magnificent entrance arch of Rajarajeshwari temple, which is still one of the largest arches built. With Sir M. Vishveshwaraya as a role model, Dr. M.S. Ramaiah believed in industrialization and was its pioneer too. Dr. M.S. Ramaiah welcomed industrialization and set up M.S. Ramaiah Industrial Estate for running small-scale industries in plastics, agro-products, steel and metals, and software technology. The remarkable work done by Dr. M.S. Ramaiah helped to pave the way for the work being undertaken by the Trust today. Mattikere Sampangappa Ramaiah was a renowned educationist, philanthropist, infrastructure builder, visionary, industrialist, and a pioneer in creating several landmark infrastructure projects in India. Departed on 25th of December 1997 at the age of 75 in Bengaluru. The untiring, meaningful efforts and service of Dr. M.S. Ramaiah, governmental organizations and universities have honored him with various prestigious citations and awards. M.S. Ramaiah has been honored Doctor of Letters, Honoris Causa, Tumkur University, posthumous, Doctor of Science, Vishveshwaraya Technological University, Belagaum, posthumous, and on the 100th birthday, Department of Indian Posts released a postage stamp and postal cover in his honor. Throughout his life, Dr. M.S. Ramaiah lived with the philosophy. What we have done for ourselves alone dies with us. What we have done for others and the world remains and is immortal. Since 1998, Dr. M.S. Ramaiah's legacy has been carried forward by Dr. M.R. Jairam, the present Honorable Chairman, and all the Honorable Trustees of GEF that made inclusion of another 15 institutions under the umbrella of Gokula Education Foundation, GEF. On this momentous occasion, we commemorate the birth centenary of the remarkable legacy of Karma Yogi Dr. Mattikere Sampangappa Ramaiah, a man of diverse talents, whose unwavering vision and dedication to education endures through the establishments he founded. Today, M.S. Ramaiah's legacy has flourished to encompass a broad range of esteemed institutions such as the M.S. Ramaiah College of Engineering, 1962, M.S. Ramaiah High School, 1962, M.S. Ramaiah Medical College, 1979, M.S. Ramaiah Institute of Nursing Education and Research, 1987, M.S. Ramaiah Dental College, 1991, M.S. Ramaiah College of Pharmacy, 1992, M.S. Ramaiah Pre-University College, 1992, M.S. Ramaiah Hotel Management, 1992, M.S. Ramaiah College of Arts, Science and Commerce, 1994, M.S. Ramaiah Vidyaniketan, 1994, M.S. Ramaiah College of Law, 1995, M.S. Ramaiah Institute of Management, 1995, and M.S. Ramaiah Polytechnic, 1997. A cycle of empowerment, persists through a constellation of institutions, each shining in its own right. Among these beacons of knowledge and progress are the M.S. Ramaiah University of Applied Sciences, Ramaiah Ayurveda Hospital, Ramaiah Advanced Learning Center, Ramaiah Officers IAS Academy, and Ramaiah Public Policy Center. Together, they form a network of excellence, illuminating the path to empowerment for all who seek. We take immense pride in upholding the legacy of Dr. M.S. Ramaiah by continuously striving to ensure that these institutions thrive and continue to make a positive impact on the lives of countless individuals.
ನಮ್ಮ MS ರಾಮಯ್ಯ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಭಾಳ ಮಹತ್ತರವಾದ ದಿನ. ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾಪಕರು ನಮ್ಮ ದಿವಂಗತ ತಂದೆಯವರಾದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ MS ರಾಮಯ್ಯನವರ ಸಂಭ್ರಮ. ಅಂದರೆ 100 ವರ್ಷಗಳಾಗಿದೆ ಅವರು ಜನಿಸಿ. ಈ ಶತಮಾನೋತ್ಸವದ ಒಂದು ಅಂಗವಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಭಾಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಒಂದು ಕಟ್ಟಡವನ್ನು ಕಟ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಸೆಂಟೆನರಿ ಟವರ್, MS ರಾಮಯ್ಯ ಸೆಂಟೆನರಿ ಟವರ್ ಅಂತ. ಶರಾವತಿ ಡ್ಯಾಮು ನಮ್ಮ ಇಡೀ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲೇ ಮೊದಲನೆಯ ಹೈಡ್ರೋ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತದು. ಅದನ್ನು ಸಮೇತವಾಗಿ ಹಲವಾರು ಡ್ಯಾಮ್ಗಳು, ಕೆನಾಲ್ಗಳು ಇವೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಉತ್ತರ ಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ 1954ರಿಂದ 65ನೇ ಇಸ್ವಿವರೆಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲ ಯೋಜನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಜ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಉತ್ತಮವಾದ ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ದಿವಂಗತ ತಂದೆಯವರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ತದನಂತರ 62ಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ವಿದ್ಯುತ್ ಶಕ್ತಿ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಮಾಡಿ ವಿದ್ಯುತ್ ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನು ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೊದಲಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಅದನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆಯವರು ಈ ಡ್ಯಾಮನ್ನು ಕಟ್ಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದರು. ಈ ರೀತಿ ರಾಜ್ಯಕ್ಕೂ ಹಲವಾರು ಸೇವೆಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ, ಮತ್ತು ವಿದ್ಯಾಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳ ಮೂಲಕ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಫಾರ್ಮಸಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಡೆಂಟಲ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟ್ಲ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಇವೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ನಡೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದರು. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ದತ್ತಿಯ ಚೇರ್ಮನ್ರಾದ ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಜನರು ಇಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಕಾಲ ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆಯವರು ಮಾಡಿದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳಿಗೆ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಆಶೀರ್ವದಿಸಿ ಬೆಳೆಸಿ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಉತ್ತೇಜಿಸಿರೋದು, ಪ್ರೋತ್ಸಾಹಿಸಿರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ನಾಡಿನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಜನರಿಗೆ ನಾನು ನಮ್ಮ ಕುಟುಂಬದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸದಸ್ಯರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ನಾಡಿನ ಜನತೆಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನ ಮತ್ತು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
ರಾಮಯ್ಯನವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಗೌರವ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಮನುಷ್ಯನ ನಡೆಗೆ ಕಾಲಿನಿಂದ ಆರಂಭ ಆಗೋಲ್ಲ, ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಿಂದ ಆರಂಭ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಬಹುಶಃ ಒಂದು ಶತಮಾನದ ಹಿಂದೆ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸಾಧಾರಣ ಕುಟುಂಬದಿಂದ ಆರಂಭ ಮಾಡಿದ ನಡೆಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಬೃಹದಾಕಾರವಾಗಿ ನಡೆದಿದೆ. ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆನ, ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳನ್ನ ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕಕ್ಕೆ, ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ ಅವ್ರ ಕಾಣಿಕೆ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವ್ಯಾರು ಗುರುತಿಸಲಾರ್ದಷ್ಟು ಗಣನೀಯವಾಗಿ ಸೇರಿಕೊಂಡಿದೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಭಾವಿಸ್ತೇನೆ.
ಉನ್ನತ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಮತ್ತು ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ರಕ್ಷಣೆಗಾಗಿ ಸ್ಥಾಪಿತವಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ MS ರಾಮಯ್ಯ ಸಮೂಹ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳನ್ನು ಬಹಳ ಮಹತ್ವಾಕಾಂಕ್ಷೆಗಳೊಂದಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭಿಸಲಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಇವತ್ತು ಈ ಉದ್ದೇಶಗಳನ್ನು ಈಡೇರಿಸುವ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ MS ರಾಮಯ್ಯನವರ ಪುತ್ರರು ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ರಾಮಯ್ಯ ಸಮೂಹ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾದರಿ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನಾಗಿ ನಿರೂಪಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
My pranams to my beloved father, Ramaiah ji, and my mother, Srimati Venkatamma and Srimati Gauramma. Honorable Vice President of India, Sri Jagdeep Dhankar ji, Madam Dr. Sundesh Dhankar ji, Honorable Governor of Karnataka, Sri Tanwar Chand Gehlot ji, Honorable Minister for Law and Parliamentary Affairs, Mr. Madhuswamy ji, distinguished invitees, guests, my beloved family members, well-wishers, and friends. Dr. Ramaiah was a living legend during his 4 decades of highly valuable time. Being the eldest son of a visionary of Dr. Ramaiah, I was fortunate to witness his multifaceted contributions. I would describe my father as a man of destiny. He is a living example of the Sanatan Dharma as a fourth path of Purusharthas, Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. My father, Ramaiah, successfully organized, my beloved father, believed in serving people in service to God, which is being carried successfully at a Kaivara Yogi Narayana Ashram. Today, Kaivara is known as Kalyana Nagari. More than 1,800 free marriages are performed every year. My father asked me, and at the last, my father asked me to be present at Kaivara. And he invited me to the trust meeting and made me a trustee. He said that this is the blessing of the Sadguru and not himself. When we came down to pray to the Sadguru, he said, from now on, Sadguru is your mother, father, your guru, and God. As divine could have it, that was the last trust meeting that he presided. Another 3 months later, the trust was held where the condolence was observed, and I was elected the president to serve the Sadguru. Ethic and moral dignity of this institution and work for the education and health for the betterment of mankind. Thank you.
डॉक्टर एमएस रमैया जी ने सामाजिक और आर्थिक स्थिति को शिक्षा के आधार पर सुधारने के उद्देश्य से 1962 में गोकुला एजुकेशन फाउंडेशन की स्थापना की। रमैया इंस्टीट्यूशन की योजनाओं में सहायक सिद्ध होगा। आदरणीय उपराष्ट्रपति जी के प्रति आभार व्यक्त करता हूं, उनको धन्यवाद देता हूं, अनुरोध करता हूं कि कर्नाटक में बहुत अच्छी अच्छी संस्थाएं कर्नाटक के विकास में और देश के विकास में कार्यरत हैं। आप समय समय पर आकर के अपना आशीर्वचन प्रदान करते रहें। रामैया संस्थान के समस्त महानुभावों के प्रति आभार व्यक्त करता हूं, उनके उज्जवल भविष्य की कामना करता हूं और मेरी वाणी को विराम देता हूं। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
Dr. M.S. Ramaiah ji, a Karam yogi, all his life on Kartavya Path to transform education and health scenario in the country. To be associated with his birth centenary celebrations, I am sure it's a moment for all of us to take pride. I congratulate the chairman Gokula Education Foundation, the board of trustees, members of M.S. Ramaiah family, and everyone present here to commemorate the life and achievements of great Karam yogi and institution builder, Dr. M.S. Ramaiah. His life exemplifies sublimity of our civilizational ethos, humble beginning. He set a target, achieved it. When Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the architect of Indian Constitution, a great visionary, he had those ideals in our preamble. That is something we all have to work for. India is on the rise as never before. I am sure my young friends will take note of my fervent appeal. My appeal is non-partisan. My appeal is not concerning stakeholder in politics. My appeal is because we are stakeholders in growth of the nation. We are stakeholders in governance so that the preamble of the Constitution given by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is realized. And I am sure this institution will ever grow क्योंकि इनकी फाउंडेशन एक ऐसे व्यक्ति ने रखी है जिनको मैं कहता हूँ साधारण बिगिनिंग थी, कर्म योगी का सफ़र कर्तव्य पथ पर इस रफ्तार से चला कि अपने जीवन में उन्होंने ऐसी संस्थाओं का निर्माण किया जो हम सब के फायदे का काम कर रही हैं और अन्य संस्थाओं के लिए एक मार्गदर्शन का काम करेंगी। आई एम ग्रेटफुल टू एवरीवन प्रेजेंट हियर फॉर द टाइम। जय हिंद, जय भारत।